Hello everybody, I am Ronan, that is Wadsworth, and welcome to Now Z Here. Couple of things before we get talking about topic stuff. First is that I'm running a giveaway on my modeling Instagram. It's my first giveaway ever, and I'm giving away a copy of Wicked Vision Magazine Volume 8, the one with yours truly on the cover. If you haven't seen it and you want to see a little preview, it's kind of like this. My hair is up, there's an animal skull on my head, same difference. Second thing, on December 28th, I am going to be live streaming. This is a special live stream that is only going to be available for patrons. And I'm going to be playing all the new music that I have written this year. Right now there are 7 songs in my completed lyrics folder. Who knows, there may yet be another one added. It's going to be pretty chill, because these songs haven't really been workshopped much anywhere else. In fact, it's going to be the first time that a lot of them are being performed at all for anyone, so definitely hit up that Patreon link in the description. As little as $1 is all you need in order to get in and get that live stream link when it goes up on the 28th. And I know Patreon is sort of catching some flack right now for some shenanigans, you know, the way they changed around their fee structure. I have my own opinions about that. There's a lot of opinions flying around about it, but if you're interested and if you are able, I hope that you'll join me and come hang out and listen to some music. Summary, Instagram giveaway, Swagmancer, go, follow, repost, get stuff. Patreon, livestream, December 28th. Join Patreon and get livestream link new music. So now on to like an actual topic. Way back in the day of January 2016, when I was starting up this vlog, I wrote down as many potential topic ideas as I could think of. And some of them were very straightforward, some of them were a little more abstract or vague, and some were really weirdly specific. One of those weirdly specific ones was pronoun power. I didn't actually know what I meant at the time when I wrote that down. It just sounded good. You have the alliteration, you have the strong plosive, the p sound, pronoun power. Surely pronouns have some kind of power, but really it was just one of those free association, I'm writing words down kind of things. Fast forward to recently, and I've found myself coming into some new changes in how I relate to pronouns and how I express myself through them and ask other people to talk about me. And it's interesting, not just because I chose Z here as a very, you know, front and center set of pronouns to put in the title of my vlog, but also because until very recently I was one of those people who were very kind of shrug about pronouns. You know, I didn't want she, but basically anything else, I was a shrug about it. It made for some kind of muddy and confusing answers when people would ask me, what's your pronoun? And I would basically say, well, he is fine, they is fine, Z here is great if you're into neo-pronouns at all. And you know, now that I'm making this episode and I'm picking this topic back up again, I'm remembering, I actually think I have mentioned the pronoun set fey, fair, fairs before in a previous episode. I don't know all of what I've talked about in previous episodes. Should probably keep a running list. But when I first heard about that pronoun set, and by now that was over a year ago, it was just like something connected in my mind. And actually more than my mind, just like in the center of my being. It was what some people, you know, it was a moment of gender euphoria rather than dysphoria. And so I toyed with it and I started, you know, kind of tacking it on sometimes on the end of the list of acceptable pronouns. But I felt weird about it, right? Because it's an unusual one. It's even more unusual than Z here. People have heard of Z here. So it took me a long time. It took me until pretty recently to really own up to that connection that I felt to it. But a couple of things happened when I started actively sort of putting the idea out there in the world. By which I mean I posted Faye as my pronouns on Twitter and Instagram. That's always kind of how I've done that sort of boundary testing for myself, is to just put it into the noise of social media and see how I feel about it. The first thing I discovered was this. It doesn't have to be about putting an emotional burden on the other person. One of the things I was really concerned about and honestly worried about in identifying with such an unusual pronoun is the fact that it could potentially put the burden for some emotional labor on people I care about, the people who are my friends, who I'm asking to talk about me in this way. Because if they use this pronoun for me or anyone, they could be subsequently put in a position where they have to explain it. Part of my discomfort, knowing as I do that I am not a confrontational person myself, I didn't want to mandate that other people put themselves in that situation. And the second part of that discovery was realizing that there's a way to do that, in the sense that I am actually okay being referred to as any gender-neutral pronoun. I'm okay being referred to as he, depending on the context and the person who's speaking and their surroundings and what they have judged to be a safe and comfortable way of communicating to the world. I am legitimately okay with that. And part of being actually legitimately okay with that came from owning that truth that I felt inside myself, expressing it to the world and saying, hey, this is me. As long as you know that, and as long as you respect me as a person, and you acknowledge, you know, my me-ness and the identity that I have claimed and named for myself, if you know that and you understand that, and I understand that you know that, it doesn't matter what word you use when talking about me to someone else. I'd like it if you used Faye. That would be amazing. That would be the truest expression at this point in my life, and what I would consider to be, you know, the most truthful pronoun for me. But the whole truth and nothing but the truth is not always useful. And I could only become comfortable with that reality once I owned up to my personal reality and found the confidence that comes with claiming something with that sort of strength. Now, not everybody can claim a pronoun with that sort of conviction, and that's not a problem on their part. That's not a flaw. Some people are agender, some people are multigender, but just about everyone who experiences some form of gender dysphoria can also lay claim to some experiences of gender euphoria. And that's been one of mine, finding the power in a pronoun. So I guess that's what I meant when I wrote that down way back over a year ago, and I didn't even know it. Thanks everybody for watching. Ready for some kitty time? Hey Cole. Come on. Come on. Come up here. Come up. Yeah. Hey, if you're on Instagram, remember to head over to my Instagram account at swagmancer and enter that contest. You can win a copy of Wicked Vision Magazine Volume 8. Has some amazing photos, including several of this lovely face. Also remember, if you become a patron before December 28th, you will get a link to the live stream where I will showcase all of my brand new songs. So check out those links in the description below. Have a great week, and always be changing.